I took all my pills this morning. I'm ready. Ready to start my day. Oh boy. I can't even see chat. Where are you guys? Good morning. You guys can't see me either. Haha. It's a two-way street. Where are we? Why? Hold on. Go back. Wait. We're not ending stream. Let me fix something. Why isn't it not working? Oh my god. Tech issues again. Like always, but hi guys. How are you guys doing? How is your Saturday? It is a Saturday. I'm so out of it. Like, I really am so out of it. There we go. Okay. The day is fine again. Alright. Oh, why is everything so dark? Yeah, this ain't it. But you know what? It's fine. Everything is fine. Okay. It's 1 a.m. for you. Well, good night. Good night, Shiro. Who got first today? Stares at your faces. Cube, congrats on getting first. Do you guys just have your mouse hovering over the button always? How do you get first so often? That's actually pretty impressive. I'm actually really impressed. Get comfy. I am comfy. Thank you very much. Yeah, Saturday's not Saturdaying. What makes it not Saturdaying? The day is Saturday. The Saturday is Saturdaying, but you are not Saturdaying. That was me yesterday. Like, yesterday I was not Fridaying. Today I'm still not Saturdaying, actually. I'm the same as you. I was tired, woke up at 6 for the live stream, and I was like not in live stream mood. I was dying. Took naps, still didn't help. Then yesterday I slept at 8 p.m. I went to bed at 8 p.m. and then I slept for a whole 12 hours. Didn't wake up. Yet I am still here feeling completely exhausted. I think someone said if you have sleep debt, it's gonna take at least a few days for your body to like catch up on the lack of sleep that you had. So that's probably what's going on with me is I need another day of rest. Like, I need another day where I just crash out and I don't open my eyes for another 12 hours. So I'm a little bit excited to get all the work that I have to do for today, and then by, I don't know, what is it? What's the earliest we can sleep? 6 p.m.? Finish dinner at 5:30, sleep at 6, and then just non-stop sleep. I might as well be the dead. Sanjin, we can come here and go, arise, and I will not wake up. You interrupted your normal sleep too? Yeah, I did. Sleep interruption is bad. Like, I'm not even taking my own advice, and I should. This is what I keep preaching, and I'm like, if you don't get enough sleep, the rest of your day is gonna be so unproductive. You won't want to do anything. Your body will say no to every single task on your task list, and that is exactly what happened to me yesterday. I'm like, I have so much to do, but I can't do it. Like, my body will not want to do it, and I was trying to force myself to do things, but I was like, my brain's not turning. That one brain cell is not turning. Yeah, Enfield disrupted my sleep schedule. It did. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have waken up for it, but it's too late. And then we played Atto. We played the new event. That was kind of fun though. The new event is fun. I don't know. I probably will play it again sometime tomorrow. Not on stream though. But today is definitely not an Ark Night's day. Today is a day where I catch up on every single piece of work that I have pushed aside because of my lack of sleep. And I keep getting pings on my email going like, blah, blah, blah has sent you a message. Blah, blah, blah has sent you a message. I'm like, I can't respond. I can't. My brain capacity is like zero. It's capiche. There's nothing in there. Like, I don't have room. So I just went, fuck it, 8 p.m., go to bed. And then I didn't wake up. Yeah, the one brain cell. It's actually a communal brain cell, by the way. It's the one that we share here. So like everyone has a little piece of that one brain cell in my head. So it's not really working to the extreme quite. Hi Mika, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, you seem fun. I try to be. I promise I'm not always. But like we take pieces of the brain cell, we split it into how many people are in here, I can't see numbers, but we split it amongst all of us, and then that small percentage of the brain cell is the part that actually makes my brain work. Today is not the VN day. No, it's not. Today is gonna be a comfy chill day. I had to push it to the side. I do put out announcements on Discord now. Every time stream changes. So like yesterday I put out an announcement that we are going to start stream a lot earlier at 6 a.m. And today I also put out an announcement that we're not doing it's not VN day. We're not gonna be reading VNs. I seen you watch streams as Eunectus, like the Ark Knights Eunectus? I love Eunectus. But I am not Eunectus. My name is Ark. A-R-K. 3 letters. That's actually the worst. I think the thing with a 3-letter name is that oftentimes you're like, yes, it's 3 letters. It's easy to say, it's easy to remember. But there's like a negative side to it. And that's if you want to register yourself onto any sort of platform, into any website, they're like, it has to be longer than 4 letters. And you go, well, that sucks because my name's only 3. You own her figurine? Oh, heck yeah. One of the best Defenders designs, in my opinion. We're running on 0.1 right now because the more people come here, the less of a brain I have. Because it's communal. I'm gonna close the door. I don't need my housemates to hear that. 1 second. Okay. Are we relaxed now? You have housemates? Yeah, I live with like 5 other people. Okay, guys. 4? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands above your head, we're doing stretches. Alright? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people these days live with several people. If you live in where I live, if you live in the northern Americas, or I guess even in America, it's like everything, housing's expensive. Economy is not doing so well. Everyone has to live with other people. You're like a typical college student. Oh no, I'm old. I'm like old. I'm grandma. I'm grandma, okay? I'm grandma. Uncle Ark? Oh, yeah, you mentioned it on Discord. I did see it. I went into the other Ark's chat and I asked how his workout was. Yeah, called Unk 2. Are we all just Unks here? Are we all just Unks and Aunts here? Just the hags are hag maxing and the Unks are Unk maxing? Warhammer? No, it's not. Everyone has tried to get me to Warhammer. Here's the thing, it's like half of the people here are into Warhammer, and like no matter how much people talk about Warhammer, I'm still like, no, I'm not gonna get into it. I even have a friggin' Warhammer mini figure on my desk. It's just sitting here right now. And even this guy can't convince me to play Warhammer. He's just here. sitting here. What age does a man become an unk? When you feel like one. When your bones start creaking. When your memory doesn't... It fails you. When you don't have the physical capabilities to do what you need to do, and that's when you're like, oh yes, it's time for my Ark. Right? And then that's when you're like, and then your entire body starts aging. You go, oh no. And you blink and you're like, oh no, suddenly I'm grandpa. So that's what it is. It's not an age thing. It's not a number. It's a feeling. It's a feeling you get. But you can reverse your unk status too. Like if you were to eat healthy and exercise more. Actually, no, I think that comes with the unk status. It's because you're like, oh, I'm aging so much. Then I need to take care of my health a little bit more. It's time to schedule like daily exercises into my life. It's time to do yoga. It's time to do stretches. It's time to eat healthy and stop eating so much junk. Starting to see a beer belly. What do? Stop drinking alcohol. Like all of that shit is part of the unk status. Maybe you'll get there. I have nephews, but I deny my unk status. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. Once it happens, it happens. Yeah, you're right, Shiro. It's not to reverse, it's to preserve. And then, yeah, that's when you're competing with all the other unks on your level, right? You're like, I am the better unk because I am not like you, where I'm not suffering as much. My bones don't creak as much as yours. I'm still able to play my sports and enjoy my sports leagues, right? And to do what I did when I was like in my early 20s or when I was in high school. I don't feel a day older. So that's when you're like, oh yes, I'm at the ultimate high level unk status, is when you're like, I feel like a high schooler. I feel like a college student. I don't know, the unk scene is so competitive. It is competitive. And then you start reading self-help books and then you're like, oh yes, how do I become like the ultimate? You start learning about stocks, right? And you're like, what do I invest in? How do I make my passive income? How do I sustain myself? Job security? What the hell is that? I gotta start learning about it. Taxes? Oh my god, I gotta learn how to fill in all my tax. Actually, no, that's at 18. But yeah, still. The unk PvP? What are you guys gonna do? Like beat each other up? You guys gonna beat each other up? It's gonna be like Unk Fight Club, right? And then you all get in a ring and you start like throwing hands, throwing fists. The Unk Royale, yeah, it's gonna be like, what is it? Apex Legends, Fortnite? All the unks in the parachutes gliding down into one big area. Starts getting smaller. You gotta loot everything. That's what it is. The self-help books, that's a slippery slope. No, once you're in the self-help books, it's over. That's when you're like, oh shit, I'm old now. Oh shit, I can't play games every day. Oh man. Quick, build a shed. Yeah, about to like leave this place. About to go into the trees, into the woods, right? And just build a cabin there and live with the bears. That's I feel like that's everyone's dream life at a certain point where you're like, I just want to get away from society. I just want to stop talking to people, right? Because like everyone pisses me off. I'm just gonna go and live in a cabin in the woods. Grow my own vegetables, grow my own plants, sustain myself my own way without relying on the shitty economy and the shitty government and the shitty politics. Okay, maybe it's not that far. Maybe it's just me. Let me recommend you some self-help books. Do you actually have any? Do you actually have any? Like, I'm not even kidding. Give me a gothic castle in the forest. Did you know that a castle in Europe is cheaper than getting a house here? Isn't that crazy? You might as well just go to Europe and buy yourself a castle. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you can get the licenses for it, that is. Off-grid farms, yeah, and then have your own cattle as well. It's gonna be great. I know someone who tried to do that. No, there's like several people who talked about doing that in my life. They never did it though. One of them tried and they're like, yeah, this is too hard. So they went back to regular person living. The other one tried to buy a castle and they're like, well, we need more people living in here because maintenance is going to be crazy. It's going to be more expensive than what we thought it was going to be because you have to, there's a lack of plumbing, there's a lack of electricity, like all of that has to be installed in, right, in a castle. And they're like, yeah, the castle doesn't come with that. It's just a cast. It's literally just a structure. And Europe is cold and it snows. Sounds nice at first, but our society is very dependent on convenience. Yeah, it is. It is. You are absolutely right about that. So even like people I know who's like moved out of this area into more secluded areas, they always come back, not to live, but they come back just to buy things, right? They stock up and then they leave again. Because like wherever they are currently doesn't have the necessities that they would need for, I'm not going to call it like their daily life, but to feel like they're just living the same way as they did before, just without as much people. You just need a plumber and electrician living in the castle. It'll be a free fixes, or you just learn it yourself. Go on YouTube and be like, how to become a plumber? How do I become an electrician? How do I plumb? How do I plumb? I've learned a lot about plumbing just from YouTube. Did you know plumbing is one of the best jobs out there right now? Like, not even kidding. Pays so well. It pays so well. And same with being an electrician. Like the hands-on jobs. If you ever need a job, just like switch careers right away. Everybody needs a plumber. Everybody needs an electrician. Medical is a major problem. I could complain about like medical stuff, but like I'm not gonna do it here. Nope. Greenhouse. Oh yes, to have a greenhouse, and then you have to build that too, because you have to maintain the humidity in the greenhouse and the temperature, and that's the hard part. Yeah, that's why Bob the Builder is so rich. He's a filthy billionaire, probably. He's a filthy billionaire. God damn, why won't Bob share? Should have known that before I got my degree. I know it's too late. It's hard. I like everyone. There was a time when the meta was IT and dev work, right? Remember that? Remember those times where everyone's like, oh, start learning about computers because computers, knowing about coding is one of the most sought up jobs at the moment. And now it's like, nope. Never mind, getting replaced. Everyone's getting replaced. I think IT is still okay, but it's like a team doesn't need like 5 IT people. They only need like 2. Meta's always hands work all the time. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with that. I really don't think you can go wrong with that. You know, every time there's a reception in this world, right? Like throughout history, anytime there is a recession, all of the hands work, the handy dandy hands work, whether it's, you know, plumbing, electrician, you could be an artist as well. That shit skyrockets. And then we get one of the best pieces of artwork in history just from recessions. Depends on where you're living, in my case. That's true, yeah. I am only speaking on North America. Sorry, I'm just speaking on America in general, like all of America. Praying for an art career at this point, that's even harder. I feel like either you get super good. Most people I know who work in art don't actually, like, you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice so much because you are competing with other artists who are drawing like 24 hours of the day. So most of the time you're just going to be doing art. Second of all, if you were to work in the art industry, you're not going to be putting much of your creative thinking into it, because when you first start, there's already going to be an art director. So they're going to be telling you what to draw. Like, you don't have the option to be like, can I have some free will with my drawings? Can I have some artistic freedom, some creative freedom? And they're just going to be like, no, you have to follow exactly what I tell you to draw. So like, that's the number one art sacrifice that you got to do. Like, of course it can eventually start moving up and become the director, but that might take a few more years if the art director likes you and if he decides to move on from the company. And then you're competing with the rest of your art team to become the director. Yeah, you're going to be forced to draw things that you might not want to draw. So it is a difficult role. I learned it just because I have a lot of friends who are in the art industry. Most of them being animators. Most of them are animators. So they get even less freedom. Hello, Weary. Welcome in. I follow another VTuber who is an artist? An art director. Quite interesting lady. Oh. Everybody wants that job. That's the dream job, man. Being an art director. But at the same time, it's hard to get there. Very hard to get there. And then you're also bottlenecked by the company direction as well. Because like, if you want to work in like the big companies, you have to follow a certain art style. So you're gonna have to get rid of your style, or they will just go over it. Disney. Yeah, an animator in Disney. Everyone says, I hate working for Disney. It's like, unless you're willing to give up your art style, right? A lot of times it's like, you can only draw like this. You can only draw like that. One of the colleges that I tried to get to, that I have a lot of friends who got in there, Disney actually goes to that specific college to recruit students into their company, into Disney. And so the professors teach the students how to become an employee of Disney, right? That's the entire college. It's how to become an employee of Disney. If you're not an employee of Disney, it's like you're pretty much done, right? So that's why people like that college specifically is very competitive. And the first thing they tell you is stop drawing anime. You can never draw anime. And then they teach you how to draw the actual Disney style, and you like kind of fall into the same pattern of it. How do I draw Disney, right? So it's you don't get a lot of freedom. No anime. You're not allowed to draw anime. They say a lot of the professors actually hate anime. This was 10 years ago though. I don't know if it's still like this, but 10 years ago, every time a professor sees anime, they're like, get rid of that. You're not doing it. The manipulation. Get manipulated. It's so when you're being interviewed to go into the college, like, through the application process, they take a look at your portfolio. And, there's like a lot of tips and tricks how to get into the college. And that's actually one of the biggest tips and tricks, is to like not put any anime, not even a hint of anime in your portfolio. And they're looking for like form and function and whatever, not really how well you draw, but can you deliver a vision? Can you deliver a story, a narrative? It's very soulless. It's very soulless. Isn't Disney just cartoon? It is. It is just cartoon. And it's... If you were to take a look at the current concept work for Disney, it's very different from the final work. So like, they even get rid of the initial concept designs and how the character looks like, just to fit into that Disney mold. It's really interesting. So that's why, like, when you look at a Disney movie, you're like, oh yes, all the characters look the same. Like, that's what they try to do, because they're like, this is the Disney look. Like, you have to make it look Disney. To an extent, I like their approach of storytelling through art. Yeah, I think that's the main goal of artists, is to tell a story. That's what I'm trying to improve on as well in my own artworks, is to make people feel something. And so if it's not, it just kind of feels like fast food, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, sometimes it feels like there's a lot of art out there and we consume it so fast. It's like fast food. And if someone's not lingering on the artwork, if someone's not sitting there thinking about it, and if it doesn't provoke any thoughts the next day, I'm like, is there a point? Is there a point of it? Like, I've been thinking about this for a while, since I am an artist. So, I don't know if you might have noticed I've stopped drawing as much for myself, because I'm still trying to grasp that concept and be like, I don't want to create art just for it to be consumed, looked at for a second, someone press the like button, and then move on with their life. Like, that's not the type of art I want to create. And I think a lot of artists are going, or they feel the same way, or they're eventually going to feel the same way. It's like you become your own factory, right? Like, it feels like a factory that you're in, and then your followers keep pushing you to, like, just create art every single day and push out one piece of artwork every day, and then it just gets consumed for like 2 seconds, and then it's like, yeah, we move on. So I don't want that to be the purpose of art. Can you deliver a narrative, considering how well they've been doing narrative now? The bar is pretty low. Oh, you're talking, for Disney. Yeah, that's right. In my last company, I worked really closely with the art director as the game designer in corporate setup, like, so the flexibility style shifters that can make adjustments are more valued than the indie, very strong styled artists. Yeah, that's true. And they always like to hire younger artists as well, because they're easier to mold. And be like, we want you to draw like this. For a lot of the older, more stubborn, I guess this goes for like any artists. I wouldn't just call it artists. I'm gonna call it like employees in general. This is like for a lot of companies too, is that a lot of companies like to hire interns because they're easier to tell them what to do. It's easier to be like, draw, or not draw, but like do a certain thing if you want to stay here, because, you know, they're kind of green as in, like, you know, they're still pretty new. Younger people are easier to shift their mindset, change the way they do things. And it's also cheaper. They also work harder. I can live with short consumption from viewers as an artist, but evoking certain emotions is mandatory for me. I'm learning more utilitarian art lately through asset creation, since it's more practical. I'm happy that you have like a vision that you want to work towards, or a goal that you want to work towards. That's when you know that you've kind of leveled up as a creator, where you're like, I'm done with creating. I'm not going to call it slop, but it's like, I'm done with learning how to do something. Now I want to incorporate an aim or a vision. My allergies are terrible today. Hi Wiz, welcome in. Overworked, underpaid. Yeah, the kids, the younger folks. Yeah, we bring them to the mines and they mine the gold for us. That's just how it is. Like, I hear a lot of stories like that. I hear even recruiters are like, yeah, I hate the way it happens. I hate the way that we have to do this, but like, leadership's only giving us a certain amount of budget and we need to get things working. So they're like, just hire the kids. Just hire the interns, hire the college graduates. I can't blame the art directors for making decisions like that, because usually when you have a production that has a director, it's so big that all the art needs to be unified under a single vision. Yeah, I can't either. It's also, you have to think about your audience, right? It's also the consumers, the consumption of the product, because everybody knows that if you want to make a brand, you have to have a brand style and a brand image. And if you're to like go out of that, if you were to somehow step out of that brand image, it's no longer your brand anymore. People are going to be like, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I fell in love with, right? Like, imagine suddenly Hot Topic was like, yeah, we're going to start going posh and we're going to start selling suits for, I don't know, special events and stuff, right? And we're going to do we're going to offer like custom tailoring. People are going to be like, excuse me? Like, this isn't Hot Topic. This isn't what I wanted Hot Topic to be. So it's the same for a lot of companies, whether it is art or whether it is, I don't know, anything, any company that sells a product or even a service. Hello, cop. Welcome in. Let me blow my nose because I am feeling super stuffy. And we all know that the bigger the company, the less risks they're going to take. Because there's going to be stronger backlash. So, which is why working for startups and working for smaller companies and indies, indie studios and indie teams are always, it feels much better for the employee. Working for a big corporation, it's like, oh, hell no. There's not much you can do. Some people might resent art directors for seemingly shutting down younger artists, but art directors also are artists that also went through the same experience, accumulating tons of years. Yeah, you're right. You're completely right about that. Earn the right to be nitpicky. And with big companies, it's funded usually by shareholders or people with big money. So it's like, you know, if they want the company to go in a certain direction, you kind of have to listen, because that's the only way you're going to keep a budget. Unless you're the people holding the money is like, yeah, you know what, do whatever you want. Most likely they wouldn't say that. Because they're like, I'm trying to invest in a business right now, so like it has to go a certain way and we don't like big risks. Unless you can convince me that this big risk is a good risk to take. Just business things. Just business things. And we talked about this last time too, but it's like shareholders don't actually know what the consumers want half the time. Yeah, they want profit. They don't care about the business. They just want to make money. I need my coffee. 1 second. Before it gets cold. Hi Josh, hi Ara, welcome in. There we go. It does sort of make sense though. Like if someone out there was like, hey Ark, I've got $10 billion and I want you to do something specific, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Fuck my artistic freedom. I could throw that down the drain and never see it again. Right? And I'm pretty sure like everyone thinks the same way. They're like, if I can get funding and a budget for this project, right, then yeah, fuck my opinions. The ability to hire so many small artists come from the requirement of satisfying overlords. The alternatives to have a team of small passionate artists but with no budget. Have you guys listened to that one lady from Dragon's Den? The one with short hair, forgot her name. The older lady with short hair. And she did an interview once where she talked about how every time she invests in a business, she makes sure that the person is very young and has no money. She's like, I have to make sure that they know what desperation is and they know what suffering is. Because if they know suffering, they're going to be a lot more ambitious and they're going to be a lot more desperate. And she's like, these are the people who are going to change the business. These are the people who are going to try a lot harder because they have nothing to lose. But it's like, it's the same everywhere, I guess. The so-called free thinkers, when they're offered $10 billion. Yeah, lose the free thinking. It's whatever. What's Dragon's Den? It's like, it's a show where, I don't know if I can call it startups. They are startups. People with business ideas come onto the show, and there's like 3 to 4 investors or something sitting in like comfy chairs, and these investors are holding a shit ton of money, right? They're trying to invest their money into these smaller startups or smaller businesses, and the person coming in from the small business has to present their business idea, and they choose whether or not to take the money. It's like Shark Tank. Yeah, it's like Shark Tank. So, was it Shark Tank? Yeah, Dragon's Den is basically the same as Shark Tank. Like, it's literally the same thing. Shark Tank. Oh, not the shark. Imagine it being called Shark Tank, though. No, thank you. Though, Shark Tank, if you say it fast enough, it does sound like Shark Tank. Stop cooking. Okay. I'll stop talking. We stopped talking about the sharding. But yeah, money makes the world go round. It's just what it is. And it's just a shame that it's like only a set few number of people are holding the big bucks. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think... Now we're getting into the topics of like politics and stuff, and I'm gonna shut my brain down. I'm gonna stop thinking. Okay, guys, we do a full reset. Okay, we're doing a factory reset on this stream. Close your eyes. Okay, back straight. No more shrimping. It's not just a stream brain reset, but it's a full body reset. Now get up, right? Ugh. Get up, touch your toes. I still can't touch my toes yet. But, try to. Did you know that there's more like... I've talked about fascia before. Legs too long, tendons too tight, muscles too tight, fascia overgrowth. So like fascia is like it's not really tissue, but it's like something that goes around your muscles and it keeps growing. I guess it kind of is like tissue, and it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And with too much fascia, you get super stiff. Like your body gets stiff because of it. It's not really like your joints or anything, because if you look at like bones, right? Your bones aren't suddenly going to have overgrowth where it prevents you from bending. But in fact, it's like your muscles. It's your muscles that refuse to stretch anymore. And so we have to keep stretching in order to prevent that tissue overgrowth. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Like every day I just like sit down on the ground and I'm like, all right, it's time for my yoga session. All right, it's time to do my stretches. Like I feel like my grandma, because my grandma did that for a long time. She's like, don't bother me right now. I gotta do my stretches. And that's exactly how I am. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the 10,000 bits. What is going on, Just Bread? I didn't even change the default animation for this because I never thought that I would get that much bits being thrown into the reactor. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm just grandma right now. And then nowadays, I realized and I found out that there's actually like fascia massage spas where like you specifically go in there and people help loosen out your fascia. And it's not, they don't even it's not even like regular massages anymore. It's like, yeah, let's look at your fascia and let's go make it so that you can stretch better. Because I need to go there. I need to go to one of those places because I can barely touch my toes. Like if I were to try to, I would just be bent 90 degrees. Like imagine me being like bent 90 degrees. Like it's not even a, how do I call it? Like a full fold? It's like a half fold. This is just Shark Tank, guys. We're in Dragon's Den right now. Okay, Just Bread, you get to direct this entire stream. I'm kidding. I love my creative freedom. Please give me my creative freedom. This is the Shark Tank. Where we all just start sharding. Everyone sit in a chair and it's like competitive sharding, right? Who can shart the fastest? Who can shart the fastest and who can shart the strongest is battle royale. And then if you refuse to shart, you're thrown out. As a command, madame. Oh god. I'm kidding. Forget everything I just said. We've already tried moving on from the topic. Someone said, who is it? Stop cooking, Bess. Bess said stop cooking, so yeah. I gotta stop cooking. Turn down the fire. Turn down the stove. Do I get a gold medal if I win? Yes. Yes, you do. You do. And like 3 gold medals if you're sitting in a super expensive chair. Just for you to be able to purchase the chair again, because that chair is probably super freaking expensive. Just Bread. Thank you for another 10,000 bits. What is going on? What is going on here? Another one? We gotta get rid of that animation. We can't just keep hearing drums over and over again. It feels like I'm at a festival right now. In the middle of January when it's snowing outside. It's a snowing festival? Don't make me pull out the One Piece panel that says we can't allow you into the kitchen. There's a One Piece panel like that? With Sanji? The cook? I wish I knew more about Keep Cooking Trust. There's the direction. I'm kidding, we're not talking about sharding. I don't care if you have to throw me 10,000 bits. We stop talking about sharding and sharding competitively and sharding PvP. The 2 other guys. What's his name again? Who's Sanji's boyfriend? Not Luffy. Who else is in the crew? Starts with an R. Oh god, I forgot everything about One Piece. Zoro. It's not an R, it's a Z. Zoro. Zoro is also another character from an actual classical literature that I should have known about. No, not Robin. Shitty moss head. Why is his hair green? Have we thought about that? What do you eat in order to make your hair green? Unless he dyes it himself. Imagine that in the One Piece universe, your hair just turns whatever color you eat. And so, like, you know, roses, right? In order to get blue roses, you have to feed it blue dye, blue food coloring. So you put the blue food coloring into water. You grab like a white rose and it sucks up all of that blue food coloring and it turns its petals blue. So like there's no actual natural blue roses in this world. And imagine it's like that, but with people, with humans. And our hair colors just turn into whatever we eat, to the color of it, not like the actual thing. Like imagine we eat meat and our hair turns into meat stress. Freaking Medusa with like the meat tentacles coming out of your head, and you're like, what is going on here? Ark, you need to eat blue food coloring. I mean, it's great the fact that we have hair dye that does it for us instead of using food coloring and using blue food coloring. We can just dye our hairs funny colors. What happens if I eat M&Ms? I don't know. Why don't you try it, game dev Carbon? Split up all of your M&Ms into the different colors, right? In 1 week, only eat the red ones. And then next week, only eat the blue ones. And the week later, only eat the yellows and the greens. And then whatever, or you can change up the order, whatever order you want to do to eat it with, right? Does that make sense? Is that English? Change the order, whatever color you want to try first. And then tell us the results. I don't know anymore. What is going on here? It's fine, Torrent. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're just talking about eating M&Ms. But I do find that there's other foods that are better than M&Ms. I'm sorry. I'm not that big of an M&M enjoyer, even though I do like M&Ms. There's other foods out there that are also very colorful, that are healthier than M&Ms, that have less sugar. Like fruits, for instance, right? Fruits are all different colors. We could try it with that. Have lychee one day. Had mangoes the other day. That's yellow. You don't like M&M? Not that M&M. Not that one. I love M&M. That's why we sing M&M during karaoke. Prefer the Cadbury Astros. Cadbury Astros. I need to search that up. Cadbury Astros is a popular South African candy-coated chocolate bites. Oh, so it's a little bit like M&Ms, except there's something inside. I want to show you guys what it looks like. I've never seen these before. And I sort of understand why they're called Astros now, because it looked like they come from space. So let's save this. Why don't we have it here? I feel like the kids would really enjoy it if we were to bring the Astros to where I am, actually, because we have a lack of different varieties of candies here. There we go. Saved. Change this image. Here they are. They're also very colorful. Ah, wait, that's tiny. Candy and chocolate coated biscuit bites. Biscuit bites? Ooh. Yeah, why don't we have that here? Because Cadbury is very much... Wait, is Cadbury... I was gonna call it North American, but I was like, wait. I don't think they're North American. I think they're European. Right? Oh no, they're British. Cadbury is British. I remember this because I remember going to the UK and all of my coworkers were going, okay, let's go get Cadbury. And then we brought back a shit ton of Cadbury and he had it sitting in my desk and nobody touched it. Like, we each had our own little Cadbury bar of chocolate and then nobody touched their bars of chocolate. And then I left the company and I'm pretty sure it's still sitting in there. I didn't clean it up. I was like, I'm leaving, bye. Leaves all my junk and half-eaten foods in my desk. It's great. It's British. I'd rather have dark chocolate than eat sugar from fruits. Dark chocolate's great too, actually. No, eating dark chocolate, you're right, it's probably healthier than eating the sugar from fruits, because at the end of the day, sugar is sugar, and sugar is not great for us. But dark chocolate doesn't necessarily mean that it has sugar in there, because 100% dark chocolate is a thing. Or more like 99% dark chocolate, if you guys have ever tried it. I think I went to Spain and I got dark chocolate, 99% dark chocolate. And when you buy 99% dark chocolate, it doesn't come in a full bar. They come in very, very, very tiny small pieces. Okay? They're very, very small. And so I just had a bag sitting in my living room of like 99% dark chocolate. And my Father Ark, my dad, came to visit And he was just waiting for me as I was like, because we were planning on going out and doing stuff together. So he was just sitting there and he sees like the bag of 99% dark chocolate on the coffee table. And what he doesn't read the labels, right? He's like, oh yes, chocolate. So he takes one, shoves it in his mouth. And by the time I'm done getting ready, I leave my room. I go out to the living room. He's not there. He's gone. And I'm like, where'd my dad go? Right? I find him in the bathroom with the door open and he has his like, he's running his tongue. Like, no, he's running water over his tongue. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what happened? And he's like, I think your chocolate's expired. Like, that was so gross. He's like, you should throw that entire bag out. And I'm like, did he even read the label? It says 99%. So in order to enjoy that, you either put it in something, right? You can put it in your coffee, make mocha out of it, or you enjoy it really slowly. Like, you keep it in your mouth. You don't just bite onto it and you swallow. You wait for it to dissolve. It's basically just eating pure cocoa powder or pure cacao powder. It's Tuxedo Sam! I love Tuxedo Sam! One of the cutest Sanrio characters. Actually, the cutest Sanrio character. Kuromi's a good second, by the way. Ah! Just to wander. Hello, Lillian. Oh, you're back, Lillian. You're back. I'm still curious. I don't know who you are. What is your... Why do you sound so suspicious? It's like we're playing... What is that one game? The one where you're supposed to find the traitor? The killer? We're supposed to... What is Among Us? How did I forget the name? It's like we're playing Among Us. It's like, who are you? Who are you? Among Us. Relog, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. 9 hours of Ark Discord VC last night. Are you guys still in there? We do have a DC... Sorry, not a DC. A Discord VC. I'm putting the two words together, Discord and VC, and then when you combine them into both, it just turns into DC. No, this is not the DC universe. This is not even the Marvel universe. This is just my Discord. Oh yeah, okay, you guys are gone. Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your day. 9 hours is a pretty long time, but it doesn't compare with some other people that I've seen who've taken screenshots of their VC adventures for, what was it, like 74 hours in VC? Like, I've done that once before as well, where I forgot to log off. I forgot to turn off my computer. For 2 days in a row, I was streaming while inside my friend's VC server, and everyone was like, guys, we have to stop talking. We can't just like... The moment someone unmutes their mic, you guys, I would have got jump scared. Like, I would have flew into the ceiling in the middle of stream. I'd be like, who is that? Who is speaking right now? It's just a person in VC. If you remember a train, you'll see the who am I gotta wander. A train. A train? A train. I haven't been on a train in a very long time. I haven't been on a train in ages. No, I have to keep thinking. This is a mystery. I love mystery, by the way. My favorite genre of books. Oh my god, it's Rem. I still have yet to finish one of the books I was reading, and I think it's because there's a lack of mystery. No, there's still mystery in there. There's still mystery in there. I think that's how they hook you in, right? They're like, we're giving you a shit ton of questions. We're gonna make you think about a shit ton of questions. Thank you for the 2.5k bits. Holy moly. It's like, yeah, it's a festival here. But every single good fictional storybook has some sort of mystery in it, even though the genre itself isn't mystery, but they try to make you ask questions. They try to make the reader ask questions in their head, so they keep going. And because they want to find out, they want the answers to the question. So once the question's been answered, most of the time the story gets boring. So I dropped this one book I was reading because I started reading Lord of the Mysteries. Okay? I actually started reading Lord of the Mysteries. And chapter 1 is just its own mystery. It's like, what is going on here? Where is this area? Why is the main character doing this? Who are all of these other characters? And it's just like mystery upon mystery upon mystery. Like, of course, the entire book is just called, that's the title, the entire book is called Lord of Mysteries. But at the same time, I'm like, there are so many questions. Didn't expect Art to read Lord of the Mysteries. Yeah, I was planning on doing that for a long time because the anime is already out, right? So I'm like, everyone's been raving about the story, about Lord of the Mystery. So I'm like, fine. I will try to enjoy the story of it. I tried watching the anime. Too many things happened in the first episode to the point where I'm like, I either rewatch the first episode and jot down everything, or I just read it. And I take my own time. I read it in a slower pace in order to enjoy it because it was really overwhelming. First episode was so overwhelming. Second book is washed. Really? I made the mistake of going on Reddit and I was like, when does this story get more interesting? I'm not saying it's not interesting now, but I'm like, when does the story get more interesting? And everyone's like, chapter 290. It's one of those. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, the beginning might be a little, a little bit boring, but you just have to get through like 500 episodes. It's like One Piece. It's like playing Final Fantasy 14. You just gotta get through A Realm Reborn. Like 60 hours of A Realm Reborn before it gets good. I'm already sort of enjoying the beginning, so it's not that bad. But at the same time, I'm like, oh man, yeah, okay. I guess that's what you get when you try to go into a very long series that feels like slow burn. One Piece is exciting from the start. You're actually right, Bess. One Piece was actually pretty good from the start. But I'm just gonna say that the anime pacing was not it. If you were to read it, it's very, very good. If you were to watch it, it can get really slow. It can get kind of slow. But like the end of every single arc is always how do I call it? Like, you want to tear your heart out. You're gonna cry buckets. You're gonna go through 5 boxes of tissue paper. That's what happened with me. With Nami's arc, with Robin's arc, with Chopper's arc, I went through so much tissue paper. I just kept crying over and over and over again. Like Zoro's and Sanji's were like good, but like it didn't hit as hard as Nami's and Chopper's and Robin's. I only complained about the pacing in Skypiea and from 500 plus. Skypiea, is that another game that's like really? Is that a game or is that a Skypiea? Let me Google this. Oh, Skypiea. Oh, it's just One Piece. It's One Piece. The Skypiea arc. Okay, I don't know if I got that far. Did I? The 6th island visited. Maybe I already went through. Maybe I already went through there. I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything about One Piece. It's Toei's fault, mind you. Yeah, we can blame Toei for that. It's with the animation, it's actually very dependent on which studio's animating it. Like we've all seen what happened. Even though I don't agree with this opinion, right? We all seen what happened with Chainsaw Man. Right? And how a majority of the Japanese fanbase didn't enjoy the animation for it. So now they're switching directors for Chainsaw Man Season 2. because of that, because they're like, the pacing's strange, the pacing's weird, and it doesn't match the manga. One Piece live action, I heard that was pretty good. And who is it? The author of One Piece personally selected each of the cast members to cast as the characters of One Piece. And I thought that it might just turn into like another Dragon Ball One Piece, where it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna suck ass. But it wasn't bad. It was like watching Gintama live action. If you guys have watched Gintama live action, it's also really freaking good. And which is the other one? Kenshin? Samurai X? But we don't talk about that series anymore. Sanji's actor is goddamn badass. He is! If you guys don't know who Sanji is, and if you guys don't know One Piece, Sanji is the cook, and he also fights with his legs, and his legs only. And so the actor went through so much training for the fight scenes just so that he can kick properly. Because his kicks are like, they're supposed to be really strong. And if you guys have like stood on one foot, right, for a long time, that's exactly what he has to do, except he's doing that. He's not just standing on one foot, he's like kicking with the other leg as well. Made a YouTube video. There's a YouTube video of it. Oh my god, I have to watch it. But like, just imagine that. And then he also had to train for cooking because he has to look like he's a good cook as well. So like this guy, I remember him cooking a lot in the shorts that he posted. He's like, this is what I had to learn to be part of the cast. He did it for his transformation. I am so impressed. I'm so impressed. I love it when actors do that. It's like they're really into their craft. You can tell that they really want the role. I don't like it when actors are like, yeah, I'm just here for the money kind of thing. Did he see his own video about it? No, not yet. I did watch some of the shorts. I did see some of the shorts, but I didn't watch like the long form videos. Which I probably should, but I'm like, I didn't watch the live action to that extent. I kind of just watched like parts and pieces, bits and pieces of it, but I don't have Netflix. I don't have an account, so I couldn't watch it. Sleepy Bunsu, hello. Welcome in. You put an off topic? Thank you. I might take the time today during lunch just to like go through the video. I've been appreciating long form video a lot more than shorts recently. So like anything that's long form, I would prefer it over shorts always, because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but every time you like doom scroll, or not just doom scroll, but you're just scrolling through shorts, it's like you just forget about everything. Like your mind just goes numb. And then I realized that I hate that feeling. I'm like, I don't want, maybe because I'm just in unk status. I'm like hag status right now, where I'm like, it just feels like I'm not really learning anything because none of it is going into memory, right? I prefer to sit down and like watch Vsauce. Hey, it's Vsauce, Michael here. Or like a longer podcast for me to actually get into the topics of what I'm learning about. Yeah, they're time wasters. Short form content is just time wasters. They're a way for you to get into the long form content, I feel. They're kind of like advertising what they have to offer, but it's not enough information in short form content for it to stick in your brain. And then if you keep going and watching more and more short form content, you get to a point where it's all just brain rot. Yeah, no substance. Some of them have a little bit of substance, but it's not enough. It's not enough substance. Like someone said that in order for you to memorize something, you have to repeat it at least a few times. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the 10,000 bits again. You can stop now. You can stop now, Bread. Scared. What's going on? Forgot everything. This is hag brain talking. This is hag brain. This is why we don't watch short form content because you start losing your memories. You start filtering out information. You're like, what's important and what's not important. And we don't even choose what we're watching. I hate that. You're like, yeah, I just need more dopamine. I just want a dopamine rush, so I'm gonna keep going. Because whatever I watched previously gave me a rush of dopamine, and I keep wanting to enjoy more of it. Fuel thy brain. Water, ma'am, thank you. I will. Drink some water. I need to drink some water, and my bladder is about to explode as well. So we're gonna take a small break here. We're just gonna check. Okay, ads are starting in 19 minutes, but we might as well start them now if I'm gonna be gone for 3 minutes. So I will see you guys in 3 minutes. I'm gonna drink some water, go pee. Behave, guys. Behave. Behave, do more stretches. Stop the fascia overgrowth. Welcome to an Ark stream. Here is where you lose your mind. Ah. You've already lost it. You lost your mind. Oh no. We are back. At least I am back. You guys might have not left at all. Thank you for the welcome back. It is time to relax and be cozy again with our drinks and our blankets. You know what I thought about doing this morning? Before I started stream? I was like, what if I just stepped outside in the cold? What if I just stepped outside for 10 minutes without a jacket? Because there's this one feeling I'm trying to get. And I don't know if you guys know what I mean. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But you know that feeling of wanting to be in a very cold room? But you're wrapped in blankets and you got your hot coffee or your hot chocolate in front of you, and it's just a very comforting feeling. Like, that's what I wanted. So I'm like, should I cold myself? Like, do I wrap myself in cold weather? Yeah. Hypothermia, hell yeah. Sorry. Thank you for the 10k. Sorry, not 10k, for the 1k bits. Appreciate it, Brad. Hypothermia, it's time to explode my body. And then like you come back in and you're like, oh yes, now it feels good again. Like having the balance of the yin yang and be like, you know, suffering and not suffering put into one. You feel better when right after you're stressed. And apparently that's what happens when you're stressed. Like, you start crying after the entire thing's over. This is what someone mentioned, is that this is what I've learned. That people don't cry in stressful situations. At least not a lot of times. People don't cry during the stressful situations. They cry after everything's over. Snow halation. Snow halation. Da 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 da. Sorry, you guys are distracting me. Why are you saying snow halation? So a lot of times people actually cry like when you hug them, right? For instance, like when something's really wrong, something bad is happening, and you're like, it's okay, baby, give me a hug, right? And then you give them a hug. That's when all of their tears start coming out. It's because of that tiny comfort that's happening after a stressful situation, that when they're able to let go of those feelings. So it's, I mean, of course, yes, people do cry during stressful situations, but it's always that little bits of comfort in between or after the entire situation's over. No time to cry during stress. That's why a lot of people don't cry when they're stressed. In fact, they start panicking and they start actually working and doing something. Someone has mentioned that stress is like one of the biggest motivators, but I'm like, I don't really think so. I mean, yes, but like at the same time, it's such a bad mentality to be in. Hello, dog with a suit. Welcome in. Da, 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 da. I have that song stuck in my head now. Why did you mention it, Vess? Love Live. I miss it. The best example is Rick and Morty. When they come back from a trip, they just let out a big sigh. And then it hits and they start crying. Rick and Morty! Sorry. I just thought that was the funniest example of it. But yeah, you're right. The writers know what they're doing. The mind needs to be in a safe place to process emotions. That's what happens to me too. I'm not really a crier. I don't really cry very often. But there are times where I'm like, when someone does give me a hug during a stressful situation, I'm like, all the tears just start coming out because like, I don't know. And I'm like, why does that happen? So I searched it up. Or when the day has been terrible, right? And you're like, I just need to like lie down in bed and like be in a comfy situation, and that comfort just invites the tears. Or like I need to go in the shower and you're like, oh yes, now I can like de-stress, and you're just like, alright, it's time to cry my eyes out. I was thinking about the damn meme variations of which words with the Asian suffix and try to relate that to the hypothermia with snow halation. I love how your brain works. Thank you for the 10, the 1K. I can't read numbers, by the way. If you guys have wondered why I keep reading numbers wrong, it's because I'm pretty dyslexic when it comes to digits. Like the times I've read 60 with 16, or 2, I mixed the number 2 with something else. This is why I'm an artist and I'm not a mathematician. How about now? No, I can't cry. No matter how much bits you throw at me, I can't cry on stream. We've tried it with other games too. You know, games that evoke more emotion. What was it? Signalis? The end of Signalis? I remember that being sad, but I couldn't bring myself to cry. Final Fantasy 16. End of that. I was like, wow, this is... Oh my god, this is such a sad scene. Couldn't cry. We tried it with a damn CUDA board. I couldn't cry either. During my birthday, I remember that some of the guys just went into VC and started singing Happy Birthday and recorded all of that shit. That was hilarious, by the way. I couldn't cry. I'm all dried up. I am all dried up. I'm just a raisin. I can't cry with 10K. I can't. I'm just not a crying person. I was watching another streamer play through Kanto 8 and they were in tears, and I'm like, remember when I played Kanto 8 of Limbus Company and the story was just really freaking good, but like all we could do on stream was talk about freaking pee jokes and pee bags, and I'm like, what happened? The contrast between my stream and the other person's stream was just insane. It was so far out there. Because I remember, I'm like, how come I didn't feel any emotions? And I rewatched my VOD, and I'm like, we literally just talked about pee bags the entire time this scene happened. You still have that file, by the way? I still do, I should. Somewhere. Yeah, Limbus Company reference. We used to stream a lot of Limbus Company, and then Kanto 9 just came out, but I'm still not caught up with my levels. And so... I'm just logging in every day just to do the luxcavations and level up all of my sinners to max level before I get into Kanto 9. Before I get back into the game. Try it, trust, Kanto 9 at level 55. I'm like a little bit scared. Fuck it, win right, yes. I'm a little bit scared. Just because... I know that Limbus Company is starting to feel a little bit more cult-ish with the fan base, right? And I get comments sometimes going, why don't you use this sinner? Why don't you use this ID? Why don't you use that ID? And I'm like, I literally don't have them because I'm such a casual gamer. I'm like, I might as well just only use the default IDs, the default sinner IDs to go through everything, because I don't log into this game enough. You too! Okay, I don't feel as bad anymore. I feel like maybe we can keep going. So part 3 just came out recently for Kanto 9. Maybe we'll bring back Limbus Company soon. We probably should. Because I have some other plans later on. It could be soon, it could be in a few months, I have no idea. But because of that, we should probably get through Kanto 9 of Limbus Company. So do expect Limbus Company streams to start happening again, probably sometime next week, if not the week after. Enfield and LC months? Yeah, that's exactly it, because Enfield's is coming out on the 22nd. It's coming out in less than a week, guys. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We have 5 days. Ooh, how exciting. I am so excited for Enfield. And so I know Enfield's going to be taking priority for a lot of things. No spoilers? Yeah, no spoilers for sure. Limbus Company is all story for me. As in, if it's not for the story, I don't think I would be that into Limbus Company. I'm all about the narrative. It's... it's Harefields. It is. I just found out yesterday too. I put it in the Ark Knights chat and Discord, but I'll say it again on stream. That I just found out yesterday that Levitane, which is a character in Enfield, when they released her, her birthday notice said that her birthday is the same as Endman's. Like, they didn't give us a date, right? But it said same as Endman, which is the MC. And the administrator is waking up on the 22nd. And Levitane's also based off another character in Ark Knights whose birthday is on January 22nd. And I was like, wait, the dots are connecting. Wait, the lines are the lines are coming together. The puzzles are pieceling. The pieces are puzzling. What is it? But I was like, everything's making sense now. January 22nd is the same as her birthday and Edmund's birthday and when she opens her eyes. And I'm like, they gave us the release date years ago. We just never put the 2 and 2 together. And everyone just kept yelling, Wenfield, 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 like cattle. When the dates were right there. It was her birthday. Fabio, hello, 9. What do you mean by 9? Did you guys know that 9 is my favorite number? That one brain cell is working overtime. It probably is. It always is. It's always working overtime. When is there a day when my brain isn't working overtime? Yeah, now we know. Yeah, 9 is my favorite number just because you can't... It's not symmetrical, right? You can't divide it by 2. 9 in Chinese, the way you pronounce it is 9, which is kind of like a pun on Zhou, which means longevity, like a long time, just like something that's very long in concept, not physically. And I'm like, I love the fact that it's like that. And if you were to say and pronounce the number 9 in Cantonese, it's Gao, right? And I'm like, it's also a pun on long as well, but I'm like, oh, it's kind of like dog. And I'm like, I like dogs. I love dogs. So that's why 9 is my favorite. It's just because of Chinese. Thank you for the 900. Is it just because my favorite number is 9? I do love 9. And who is it too? Let's see. Oh no, I think it was 6. It's if you flip it around. If you flip 9 around, it turns to 6, and then 6-9 is a funny number as well. I'm just weird like that. I'm like, I find meaning in numbers. And 9 just has a lot going on for it. And then I started watching Bleach, and I'm like, Grimjo's number is 6. And I'm like, if you turn 6 around, it's 9. And Grimjo's my favorite character. So there's that. There's so many things in 9. I'm like, I just love 9. Your favorite's 21. Is there a reason why? Numbers, they scare me. Me too. Nekoda. Yeah, because Grimjo's a cat. He's just a really big cat. Hello, Yoon. Welcome in. Good morning. How is your Saturday doing? No one is standing for 9. I am standing 9. What did you call him? Grimjaw? No, it's Grimjo. It's Grimjo. Did I say Grimjaw? I said Grimjo! Ugh. Take my Ark noises. Bird tries to be tough and saws growl. And saws growl. You like the Ark noises. The Ark noises are very gremlin. No, you don't. You're just saying that. You're lying to me. Your weekend just started. Of course, you just woke up. And it is a Saturday. Happy Saturday. This weekend is filled of nothingness for me. Just because I'm looking at the window right now. Just because it's like snowing outside, there's nothing out there. Nothing to do out there when everything is covered in white. And it's very cold. Nothing is good. What do you mean? No, nothing is doable outside, because if you're walking outside, you're gonna be treading in snow. Yeah, but touch grass. Have you guys touched grass before? It's green and it's spiky. Have you guys seen it before? It feels spiky under your fingers. Chill, read your book. That's true. It's time to read Lord of the Mysteries. I don't know how many books are out right now. Yeah, there's no grass now. There's only snow. It's just the whiteness and it's very cold. Touch grass? You want to touch grass? You just gotta move to a place where it doesn't snow as much. I got to move to a place where it doesn't snow as much. And then I could run barefoot across a field and just try not to imagine all the spiders that are living in there. I see it on my way to work. Does that count? That counts half of the time. Because, okay, let's think about this for a second, okay? Grass produces pollen. And if pollen is part of the grass, then if the pollen is getting to your skin, you are essentially touching grass, are you not? Right? As long as a piece of pollen touches your skin, you are touching grass. Think about that for a second. You don't actually have to physically put your hand on top of a grass field or on top of grass. You don't have to feel the fibers under your fingers. You just need the pollen. The world is so full of mystery, but why do you still have to watch if you can do anything? We have to think about that. We're getting very philosophical. The world is full of mystery. It is. Why do you still have to watch if you can do anything? I'm trying to understand what that means. Why do you still have to watch the world? If you can do anything. Can we do it? Can we do everything? You can do anything if you put your mind to it. So just you get to live in the world full of mystery. You're right, we don't have to keep watching it. We can all be a part of it. We can all contribute to the world of some way or another. Yeah, as long as it's not illegal. You're right, Moogie. Your music sounds like you have Danganronpa, Ace Attorney brain blast moment before you solve the case. Do you like it? This is by Shivue Lounge, who again doesn't have streaming. The music isn't available on streaming on YouTube or Spotify or any platform. You would have to buy the license. You can do anything you set your mind to. Eminem will lose yourself outro? Is that what he says? What if I'm just Eminem, guys? What if I'm just Eminem? Same brain cell. Can't do 69 number, it's the limit of the stream. What we can do is 67. I'm kidding. I refuse. I need to stop. I need to stop saying that number. 67, 67, 67, 67, 67. Oh no, the brain moth's getting to her head again. No 67, no more 67. Yeah, every time I want to say 67, I have to say 68 minus 1. Did the 67 break you? It did. It did. If it can break a hag like me, I wonder what it's doing to the kids. Hello, Sparks Maker. Welcome in. Today's not an art stream. Today's not a VN stream. We're just chatting today. Not another one. Lost to the void. Another one bites the dust. I had that song stuck in my head for the longest time because like the entire song is just another one bites the dust, and it just keeps going over and over and over again. And then like for a whole ass day, I couldn't stop saying that in my head. I'm like one of those people that like don't really have a stim, right? But like if I keep hearing something in my head, I will keep saying it in my head. Just like that one time I watched the Skyrim brain rot mod video, and then I kept repeating the same lines in my head, and I kept saying it while in the house with like my housemates, and they had no idea what the hell I was talking about, and I just looked like a crazy person. Art's just gone crazy. I can't do this. I can't live in this time and era. My brain just doesn't allow me to, because I will keep repeating brain rot out loud over and over again like a broken record, like I'm a stupid machine. Aren't you already crazy? I might be. And so everyone should take technology away from me. I don't need this in my life, and I recognize it too. I'm like a self-aware broken robot where I just recognize that I will keep repeating brain rot over and over again if I am allowed near it. So I have to stop. I need to stop this. And so I'm saying no to shorts, no to brain rot, no to shorts, because it's not good for me. It's not good for me. Yeah, the brain rot video has rotted my brain. It really has. You know what's good? You know what are good videos? Learning videos. Which is why I've been learning Blender. Learning videos, art videos, learning art, learning about the world, learning about people, as I tried to assimilate myself with the rest of the human population. The voices, just voices in your head, were not real. Don't say that, Brian. I'm still trying to cope. I'm trying to pretend that you guys are real. Don't tell me that I'm in assimilation. This is not the Matrix. What if it is, though? Like, what if we're actually in the Matrix? Puts on my tinfoil hat. Alright, guys, it's time for our delusional meeting. You didn't take your pills. I did, guys. I took my pills. I took my allergy pills this morning, so I'm not as stuffy. I took my vitamin E pills this morning because I haven't been getting enough sunlight. I took my probiotic pills this morning to increase my gut health, to make my gut better and healthier. I took my creatine this morning for exercise to build up muscle because I am just a spaghetti noodle. So everything has been taken. Everything's been taken. I did it during the opening of this stream, the opening scene of this, vitamin D. Yes, vitamin D, not vitamin E. Look, they both rhyme. E and D is the same. It's the same letter. Yeah, the starting soon screen. That's the one. Good morning, Zarganos. Have a great day. You too. You too. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. I hope your weekend is filled with goodness. I say that, and then all the snot almost just flew out of my nose. 1 second. This nap. Having allergies is one of the worst experiences you can have. Yeah, I'm just dead. Preventing scurvy with sunlight because it runs with vitamin C. Does it actually? Runs with... Like, it gets out of your body because of vitamin C. What was it? Like, when they first discovered it, it was a crew on a ship or something, and they were eating lemongrass or something. Some sort of vegetable to get rid of scurvy. What's the history? Minasan, konnichiwa. 会えてできて嬉しいです. Do you feel happy, Lillian, being here? I wish I could read Japanese a little bit faster. I like your funny words, Magic Man. Magic Lillian. Vitamin C for scurvy. What was it? I need to know about, like, the history. Scurvy and vitamin C. We're doing a little bit of research today. No, what I have to search up is discovery. No, it's actually a discovery in guinea pigs. In 1747. It's a disease that was devastating for sailors. Thank you, AI overview, which I should probably stop reading. So it's something to do. It was something to do with sailors and them having a lack of vitamin C. Hello, clock. Are you dying? You can't, like, die. You can't use a die emoji and lick at the same time. Doesn't work that way. Oranges. Yeah, oranges have a lot of vitamin C, you're right. Orange juice also does, but it's all added vitamin C. Can't I? You absolutely can. I just think it's weird. Like, what is that? Ew! Disgusting. Disgusting. I shouldn't, when I commissioned the artist to make my emotes, I shouldn't have chose the lick emoji. I didn't know that it was going to be abused by my single mod here. Every time clock enters, it's just lick emoji now. Not even words, it's just lick, and that's it. Death by 1,000 licks. How many licks does it take for you to destroy skin? How many... Assuming that our tongues are not a cat's tongue because we don't have spikes on our tongues, how many licks does it take for your skin to... Can we use it like sandpaper? It's like a dog's greeting their owner, but it's a mod greeting their streamer. Ew. Ew, disgusting. That reminds me of the time when I used to work in a factory, and I worked with a lot of sandpaper because I had to sand in the metal parts to make sure that none of the edges were sharp to cut skin, right? And at the time, I had an AirPod case, and the AirPod case were full of scratches. So I decided to sand out all of the outside of the AirPod case so that the scratches are no longer appearing on the case. And so by the time I was done, it didn't look like an AirPod case anymore. As in, imagine an AirPod case, okay? It's like glossy on the outside, but when I was done, it was all like matted up. It was like a completely different material. So that was an interesting discovery of, you know, sanding plastic. I'm never doing that again, but still, it was a fun experiment. Danish and I were comparing me to Mort from Madagascar. Mort. As I am thinking about Mort, I'm just Googling it. Morty. Mort is the main protagonist of All Hail King Julian. The who? I don't remember this guy. The small squirrel. Oh. Okay. Actually, kind of. No, when I look at Mort, I'm like, yeah, it kind of just reminds me of Clock just a little bit. You know, the big buggy eyes. Personality-wise. The little coward is a coward that trembles. I don't know. I don't think Clock trembles, but I think it's the big round eyes. And the fact that it has like this goofy ass face on its head. And it has one single tooth. 100%, you think so? The clock's just a squirrel now. No, I didn't watch Madagascar. I didn't watch this movie. I should though. There's been a lot of movies I haven't watched at all. Like, I know Zootopia 2 just came out. And I have people around me going, hey, Ark, you want to see the Zootopia 2 movie? And I'm like, nah, not really. Not really. Movies cost me like 2 wallets and a half. You would understand if you watched it. That's true. It's true. There's a lot of things I'm not able to watch these days. Just because going to the movie theaters is a journey and a half, and then paying for the ticket is like a wallet and a half, or maybe 2 wallets and a half. And then the fact that I'm like, oh, it's gonna be on streaming services anyway, eventually down the line. But then I'm like, oh, I can't pay, I'm not gonna pay for a streaming for service if I don't really watch that many movies or shows. And now it's getting to a point where I'm like, I just don't watch anything. Watch Party and Discord, I don't have the time either. So like there's so many reasons. They're shitty reasons, but there's still reasons why I don't watch things. Are there any new community goals? I haven't even finished the previous one, Danish, and you're already asking for a new one? No, there aren't. The last community goal I still haven't been able to finish yet, which is our VN pack. Not VN pack, our VP pack. Can I watch the movie? Thank you for the 1k bits. Just bird. You can watch the movie, but it doesn't mean that I will watch the movie with all of you guys. We do have... You guys are free to create any events that you guys want on Discord. I will give you the power. You have my blessings as well. Not just power, but my blessings. I will give you the key to Discord. Thank you for the follow, bread. Yeah, just make someone stream it on Discord. Too much power, Arg. No, I'm always generous with power. But with power comes great responsibility, so remember to use it wisely. I stare at my mods. Did you guys know that on Twitch there is like a mod of mods now? That I'm not gonna give anyone the power to? You can mod the mods. But I'm like, that's too much power. Nobody take it. Yeah, there is. A hammer mod badge. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because we only have 2 mods here. 3, kind of. But out of the ones that, like, aren't just friends, we only have 2. And I'm like, no, I don't trust you enough, Clock, to rule gracefully. You're like the tyrant with an iron fist. That's how I would describe Clock's modding powers. The way that he approaches modding, which is great because it's the complete opposite of oh my god. We've got like a gracious ruler, and then we've got like a tyrant, and everything just balances out. It's great. Can I mod you? Like me? You want me to mod? I'm not even a mod at this point. I'm just like above everything. I'm just the god. Not only am I kind, but I rule respectfully. You kind of do. I appreciate all the work that you do here, Clock. Don't mod me. I'm too scared to. I'm too scared to mod everyone else. It's just because I've known Clock for a while. I'm like, I know this guy. I know what his personality is like. I trust this dude. That's what a villain would say. Then yeah, that's a villain. That's a villain laugh. What is a mod to a god? What is a god to a non-believer? Yeah, we're just a giant cult here. We're just a giant cult, right? Praise the Ark. That's right. Keep glazing me. More. Hi, Kaku. Welcome in. Woo! Whoa! It's a cult. You're not supposed to feel enthusiastic about being in a cult. In fact, you're trying to leave. If you ever find yourself in a situation where it feels like you're in a cult, I think that's the time when you're like, all right, I don't think this is good for me. I think it's time to leave. It's time to, like, you know, go towards, tread my own path, right? And not with the path of others, right? It's time to have my own opinions instead of listening to what the what is it? What am I even? The all-knowing God, presumably the all-knowing God, has to say. Because he told me to leave, I'm going to stay. What a rebel. Imagine that, being in a cult where it's like, I'm just here. This God is here telling me what to do, but it's, you know, like reverse psychology, right? Where all of the followers think that they're here just to, like, be part of the cult, just to spite God. But God's like, I know you guys. I know what you guys are thinking, so I'm gonna do the exact opposite. The so-called free thinkers are no longer free thinkers. They just assume that they're free thinkers, but we're all just, everyone's just sheep at the end of the day. We're all just sheep going the same direction. Sorry. I need to stop. I'm actually becoming like a cult leader. And I don't want to sound like one. What if I trust that cult's God more than myself? No, trust yourself, please. Listen to the thoughts in your head. Listen to your body. Listen to what you have to say. I am? No, I'm not. It's not a cult here. It never was. Dragging cultists from Skyrim behavior. Is that what they do? They laugh in weird gremlin laughs, and they... What is it? What was I doing? Reverse psychology? Thank you for the 3K, bread. What is going on with you today? Is today a happy day for you? I appreciate it though. I'm just so confused. I've never been more confused in my life. Can I still be called a cult? You can be the cult leader. I am happy to give anybody the role if they want it. But I myself am not a cult leader. I try to avoid all leader responsibilities because I just don't like the stress that comes with responsibility. Thank you for the 500. Yippee! I'm the cult leader. That's what cult leaders say. That's what all cult leaders say. No! I'm a lying deity. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is that I just don't like responsibility. I'd rather sit horizontally and just go about my day. And I just yap and hope that people listen. They don't have to though. I'm always here going, don't listen to me because whatever I say may not be correct. And my opinions may be the wrong opinions, and my opinions may be terrible. They're personal opinions, and personal opinions always. And I shouldn't be speaking for anybody else. I don't want to be in charge of someone else's life. It's terrifying. If you're what they worship, then there's no responsibility and you have free labor. You think so? You think so? Like Kira. I'm just Kira from Death Note. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but Mr. Bean and Yagami, Light Yagami, wears the same outfit. Is Mr. Bean just Kira? Confirmed? Who knows? Do I still have to put grapes on bread in your cult? Yeah, you do. Green grapes only. Right, no raisins. Because why have dried grapes when you can have the actual thing? M Foxy, hello, welcome in. M Foxy 2003. Thank you for the follow. Always has been. You guys say it so casually, and I'm here just having a panic attack and freaking out. Stop! What's going on? In my head. Kira is Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean is Kira. It's the other way around. Mr. Bean is Kira. Kira doesn't necessarily mean that he's Mr. Bean. Boiled bread with green grapes and egg. Boiled grapes with green bread and eggs. Try it. Use some natural, very natural food coloring for your bread. Don't use that artificial shit. Take some grass. Take some grass, put on your bread. Turn it green. Thank you for the 100. Ah! Jump scares. Can't let you into the kitchen? If you boil bread, it will turn into bread pudding. Have you guys realized that? Right? It's the act of making bread pudding. So it just becomes a normal food. It's no longer bread, but it's bread pudding. And it's just having bread pudding with green grapes and eggs, and that's normal. Ew, what do you mean ew? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm gonna give you guys some bread pudding. Okay? Here's some traditional bread pudding. Right? You can have it with ice cream on top, and it could be one of the most delicious things ever that you've ever eaten. And then you're no longer gonna say ew. You're gonna be like, oh yes, yes, bread pudding, yes. Here it is. This, guys, this is bread pudding, and there's some raisins in there. You're making me mad. Good. My job here is done. Time to stop stream. This is bread pudding. And then some people like to put some bananas on top. Thank you for the 101 bit. Raisins are gross. This is why I'm saying you don't need to use raisin. Just put the entire grape on top. You don't have to dry it out. Just put it on top. Just eat it with the bread pudding. It looks like a Minecraft block. Just because it is rectangular shaped doesn't mean that it's a Minecraft block. Right? Are all rectangular shaped things Minecraft blocks? I don't think so. Thank you for the 100 bits again, Bread. Don't be like me, because at one point I finished playing Minecraft, right, for the day. I spent like a whole 6 hours playing Minecraft, which isn't a lot, by the way. I know some people out there, some of you guys have spent more than 6 hours in Minecraft. So I finished playing Minecraft for the day. I was like, wow, I just wasted half the day. I went outside and everything around me just looked like Minecraft blocks. I saw something green in the distance and I'm like, that's a creeper. I looked at like a random rock on the ground and I'm like, that could be from Minecraft. I looked at the roof, I'm like, how do I make that in Minecraft? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm like so Minecraft brained now, gotta stop. Vox, hello, welcome in. Isn't that, wait, where's the pudding part? Isn't this just pudding? Okay, how to make bread pudding? We're gonna go back to the topic of bread pudding. Bread pudding recipe. Okay, Google, what are you gonna tell me? Give me the first recipe. Bread pudding recipe. This one has raisins in it, but you don't necessarily need raisins. Okay, what is bread pudding? Okay, we're gonna tap into the lore of bread pudding, guys. Today is gonna be all about bread pudding. Are you guys ready? Even if you say no, you have to be ready. I don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me right now. Sorry, it usually does, but just for this instance. Just for this instance, okay? Bread pudding is a dessert made with slightly stale bread and custard. The non-waste dish is so old, nobody knows quite when or where it originated. People in the 13th century England call it poor man's pudding, but the cooks who made it couldn't afford to throw any ingredients away. This just makes it sound terrible. This just makes it sound even worse. I was like, what do you mean there's no like origin? I thought we were learning about the history. And then the next thing we learn that it's called poor man's pudding. And I'm like, oh, never mind. I mean, can we call it rich man's pudding instead? We're changing the lore of bread pudding today, guys. we're gonna be calling it a rich man's pudding, right? We're all gonna feel rich after eating this, not poor. You're not helping your case here, Ark. Edit the wiki. No. Okay, here's the recipe. Place bread cubes in a pan. They skipped out on the first step, which is to like put the bread into cubes first. Okay, this is a terrible recipe. I think we're gonna go back. We're gonna press the back button on the browser. Okay, this time, just because Danish has mentioned wiki, we're gonna go into the wiki page, right? We're not looking at the recipe article. We're gonna look at the wiki page. All right, here it is. Here's the real deal, because it's wiki, which means that it must be true. Don't listen to me when I say that. Anybody can edit a wiki page, okay? This could be false info. Bread pudding is a British dessert made with stale bread, milk, cream, water. Okay, so it's not just, you don't just boil bread, but same shit. It generally uses eggs, which is a form of fat, such as oil, butter, and soy. What is that? Blah, 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 blah. There's sugar in there, yes. There's cinnamon, nutmeg, mace, and vanilla. Okay. Spices. We got this. And it's originated from the 11th century by English cooks. And it is called poor man's pudding, so that part was correct. It is poor man's pudding, but we're gonna change things. A bread and butter pudding for fasting days. You know, next year when we have an actual kitchen that I can use, next year when I move out, we're gonna have cooking streams, and then we're gonna make whatever this is on the screen. We're gonna make bread pudding. We're gonna make rich man's pudding. We're gonna call it rich man's pudding because we're gonna change the recipe a little bit. So no more raisins, because apparently you guys hate raisins. We're gonna put other things in. Do you guys like dried cranberries? Cursed cooking streams? You're already setting expectations? You haven't seen me cook yet, guys. You haven't even seen me cook. You can't call it a cursed cooking stream when, like, the stream hasn't even happened yet. It may be cursed. It may be cursed on the date of, but it will not be cursed once I show you the end result. It's gonna be a very blessed, maybe cursed cooking stream. The real trick is to use dried currants. Raisins are good too. You're giving me ideas. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it. It's part of the schedule now for next year, if it happens, right? If I do end up moving, nothing happens to me, right? Nothing happens to me and I'm still here. Yeah, the blessed cursed. And we all know that if you put a negative and a positive together, it kind of neutralizes it out, right? So we just have a very neutral cooking stream where it's not blessed, it's not cursed, it's a regular cooking stream where nothing weird is gonna happen. It'll be cursed if you add dried fruits. Okay, fine. Raw fruits it is! The whole ass grapevine on the bread pudding. So it will just be grape bread pudding without the dried parts of it. Why are you raising death flags? I'm just saying. What if I'm not here next year? What would happen, huh? What would you guys do? Like, you know, I am putting like pushing different routes in case, just in case. It'll get really soggy. We'll put it in at the end. We're gonna do this thing where we grab the pudding, right? It's not really a pudding, but like the bread pudding. Here it is. I'll put the image up here again so that you guys can visualize it with me. We're gonna imagine it, okay? We're gonna cut a little hole on the top of this bread pudding, right? A hole big enough for a singular grape. And then we're gonna shove that grape in so that it's part of the bread pudding. And if you want to get creative with it, we can cut the hole and then we can use the little pieces that got cut out and create a little cap, like a little hat. And once we shove that grape in, we can put the little hat on top of the grape so that we give it a little bit more character. It's like it's almost alive. It's got an outfit on. It's got a little hat. I think it'll be great. I'm excited. We miss you very much. Oh, really? You would? Yeah, a hole for the grape in the bread pudding. What are you thinking about? Bread, egg adjacent, custard has eggs. It does have eggs. But we're not making custard. So what would you actually no, you guys get options. What would you prefer? Green grapes? Right? Green grapes? Purple grapes? Or muscats? What's going on? Why are people saying we miss you? I just put out an option out there. I was like, you know, what happens if I'm not here next year? Sorry, not next year, but like sometime this year. What if I just suddenly disappeared? What would you guys do? Right? Then we wouldn't have our cooking stream, but I'm saying that there could be an option, like a thing, not an option, just a thing that could happen, right? So you gotta prepare yourself just in case. But otherwise, I will be streaming every single day. If one day I put out no announcements and there's nothing going on, then like, yeah, it's disappeared from food poisoning. You're right. I ate a bread pudding that I poisoned myself. Who will I watch while eat dinner? Not acceptable. I'm pretty sure you guys aren't just here, right? You've got other Oshis that you can watch. I'm not the only one. I'm not sure. Be sure, Mayor Day. Be sure. Be very, what's it called? Headstrong with your opinions, right? If you feel a certain way, just run towards it. Run towards that feeling. Never look back. Doogie. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, take on anyone and anything. Take on anything that life has to offer for you. The set wouldn't be complete otherwise. What are we talking about? I hope you never age and always stream. There will come to a time when I will age and become super old. I'm already 5,001 years old. I'm already 5,001. People age, guys. People get older, they get wrinkles, right? They move on with your lives, right? Things happen. Things happen. I'm just saying. But the fact that I've been able to stream 365 days last year, right, every single day, tells me that I can probably do it again this year. Another 365 days. Let's freaking go. Just draw a new you, remove the wrinkles. You know what? Absolutely correct. I can do that. I'm the artist. You're better this year. And this year I'm streaming 6 hours every single day. I'm kidding, I'm not. I'm gonna throw in like 6-hour streams every so often, maybe 8-hour streams, 9-hour streams, but also no. I need rest days. Yesterday's day was very restful. I loved it. Delusional. No, it's never delusional. See, I've already challenged myself. I'm like, I didn't feel bad streaming 365 days last year. There might have been like one day or two where I'm like, I have to run errands. But like, it was pretty much 365 days. It's pretty much. We almost got there. So I'm like, if I can stream 365 days in 2025, it means that I can also stream 365 days in 2026. Make sure to take breaks if you need to. I've conquered the burnout. I have min-maxed burnout. I know how to deal with it now. I'm like at a point where I'm like, I've achieved godhood of facing burnout. I don't feel burnout anymore because, like I mentioned, right? Like, I'm not even joking. If you were to set habits every single day, like you have to wake up from your bed every single morning, you have to brush your teeth every single morning, it just becomes a part of your, I'm godhood. Exactly. Like, you have to brush your teeth every single day. And for me, That's the same thing. I have to get up and stream every single day. It becomes the same as me brushing my teeth. It's just a daily habit that I have to do now. And I'm like, oh, it's just a regular day for me. It's not like suddenly I have breaks in the week and I'm like, oh, now I have to do something that's completely different from my regular schedule by streaming. And if I were to do that, if I were to have breaks during the week of not streaming, I'm gonna get used to it. That's gonna become my habit, and then I'm gonna not want to stream. So this is why I'm like, oh yes, streaming every day is like, it feels normal now. Conquer burnout. Why didn't you take a vacation 2025 so it wouldn't be 365 days? You're actually right. I went to Japan. Oh wait, you're right, Pizza Man. I did in January. In January, I took a 2-week break. I took a 2-week break to go to Japan. And then, so yeah, you're right. It's like, what is 265 minus 15? Shit, numbers. Oh shit, I lied. The streamer lied. What do we do? 340. There we go. 340 days. 350 days. I'm a liar. My pants are on fire. About to burn my ass off. False idol. The idol that has pee breaks every hour or so. I thought idols don't pee and poop. Well, that's a lie. You're in Japan, Brad. You're in Japan right now. I'm gonna fly over there. I miss Japan. I miss Asia, guys. I lived there for too long, and then I'm like, all right, time to move to North America. And then something happened, and I was like, wait, hold on. Hold on. I miss the convenience stores. I miss Lawson's. We don't have that here. Guess I'm stuck stream with you guys forever. Want to go there so bad. Japan is fun as a vacation country, but living there is a different case. I think no, working there is a different case. Yeah, I moved to Canada. I moved to Canada. Now I'm stuck here with the snow. With the snow forever. The woking of Japan. What the fuck does that mean? I am Canadian. I told, because my parents, our parents live in Asia, right? They don't live with me, and they're like, you should come back, and I'm like, I totally should. I totally should too. I should listen to you. And then I look at my cats, and I'm like, there is no way I'm bringing these cats on a plane. You're finally woke. No, stop. I thought you moved to Canada. Yeah, I did. I'm in Canada. I'm here. I'm here with the pine trees and the wolves and the bears. I'm in the natures. I'm living in a cabin in the woods next year. It's gonna be great. I live a secluded living. A secluded life. With the animals. You like wolves, you hate bears. Some of them are kind of cute. I mean, I think the reason why I don't, or most people won't like bears, is because they're strong and they're big and they're scary. And they can just maul you. Vancouver? No. Somewhere else. Somewhere else. I ain't about to dox myself right now, but somewhere on the other side. I have to blow my nose 1 second before all of the snot starts dripping down my face. All right. I have de-snotted myself. Now I can speak normally. Like a normal human being. The fake France part, the en français, maybe. Apparently a fire started in one of the buildings near the bar. Are you okay, Danish? I'm gonna go grab a beer, talk to other bartenders, get some food, don't do anything. Alright guys, time to party! Danish is gone! We actually need actually, parties need bartenders. So it's not a real party. Enjoy your day, Danish. Goodbye. East of Vancouver. Yeah, I live east of Vancouver, by the way. The rest of Canada. Vancouver's on the west side, if you guys are curious where it is. On the very, very, very west side, on the west coast of Canada. So it's the rest of Canada. You have to guess where. It's a challenge. I hereby challenge you to find exactly where I live. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't dox me. Don't dox me. I know that some of you guys here know exactly where I live, but don't dox me. Hashtag TV, hashtag phone. What does that mean? Danish, you're supposed to be leaving. Go with your bartenders. Go to your bar. It's all the way on the other side. Nova Scotia. I live on the islands. On my way with a big hammer. Oh no, I'm gonna get bonked. You're on your phone. You're on the phone. Oh, that's why hashtag TV, hashtag phone. I know you live somewhere in Canada. I just can't prove it yet. Oh shit. Pache guy is on to me. Guys, it might be over. I'll live on Earth. I do. Thank you for the water redeem. Let me just drink some water. Yo, parlez-tu français? Heck yeah. Oui, oui. Oui, oui, baguette, croissant. Ah. Ark is a dragon. I do live in a cave. I want to live in a bigger cave. I want to live in a personal cave. Like what we call a man cave, a gamer cave. That's gonna be my ideal living situation. Just in a giant man cave. With my singular bed in a big ass room. You know, like every time I see one of those images of a big room at a penthouse, right, on top of a building, and the entire penthouse is just surrounded by windows, and it's just a singular piece of furniture sitting in the middle of it, of that living space. I'm like, that is what I want to have. Just being on top of a building, surrounded by like windows and light, and just like have a chair right there. And that's all I need. That's really all I need. I don't need anything else. I think I'm just gonna enjoy life that way. Or yes, I need a monitor for streaming. I need a PC for streaming. Or a single bed. Yeah, a single bed and a monitor. A PC. So I can play games. And that's it. Parlez-tu français? Je parle un petit français. Does that make sense? Un petit peu? Cat behavior? Is that what cats do? Cats don't need PCs unless like your cats play games on a computer. No toilet. That's what the windows are for. I'm kidding. That's what the windows are for. Just open up the window a little bit and just... What? No fridge? Who needs a fridge when you have Uber Eats? I'm off to finish Canto 9. Enjoy, Clock. We might be streaming it soon. Behave? What's that? What does that mean? It's not a word in my vocabulary. Goodbye. Goodbye. Everybody say bye to the mod. You don't have to, I'm kidding. English only. Only, anglais. How do I say only in French? Yeah, English only, yeah. There's only so much French I know. What do you mean, yay? Yay! The mod is gone. Well, there goes Pizza Man. Goodbye. Is this mod abuse? is this what we call mod abuse? Oh, that's German. That's German for yes, I'm going to assume. I actually don't know a lot of Germans in my life. I think I knew one German guy, a classmate, but I think that was about it. I know more Russians than I know more than Germans. I know more people from like all over Europe than I think Germany is like the last place. Goodbye, Pizza Man. I should check. Last time I did that, I accidentally did a perma timeout. You permanently banned them. Oh no. What a great mod. Yeah, this is exactly why we have Clock as a mod. Mod's just doing what mods do best. It's just a thought, so it doesn't matter. That's true. I feel like Thought Synapses, that guy can take anything that you throw at him. He's like, I don't care. I'm just big CEO, man. I can do whatever I want. I can take anything thrown at me. He can throw a bear at me, I can catch it with my bare fists. I need that power, guys. I want to get, like, this is why I'm working out. I should do bathroom planks as well. I should do planks in the bathroom just to level up a little bit more. Find every opportunity to do my planks. And then I'll start lifting. I'm gonna start doing deadlifts. I'm gonna start doing more squats. I'm gonna start doing more pull-ups. And then one day I too will be able to catch a bear with my bare fists. Have a good lurk, Scampy-Doo. Have a good lurk. Usually by this time, 11:30, I get really hungry. But I don't feel the hunger, and it could be because I ate breakfast. I was a good person today. I made healthy choices today by eating breakfast and not skipping it. Ooh, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Bread, again, appreciate it. Yippee! Yeah, I had an egg. I had garlic, of course, because we can't go without garlic. Garlic's part of my every meal now. And I had coffee. Right? It's weird. Who am I? I never have breakfast. But I thought that maybe I should change things again. Coffee black, always. Always black coffee. I can't do sugar in my coffee. I can't do milk. Maybe sometimes. Sometimes I put in a little bit of creamer. Like 2%. 2% cream, but like most of the time it's just black. It changes I feel like it changes the drink a lot by adding milk and sugar. It turns into something else that I'm not used to. Try egg coffee? I really want to. I have a story to tell you guys. Okay, by the way, Vietnamese people here, close your ears, cover your ears, because I'm about to tell you a story that has to do with the Vietnamese coffee. But I've been having it wrong the entire time, my entire life. And it's not really my fault, okay? No. What do you mean, no, don't? But, okay, so my grandmother, she grew up in Vietnam. Did you put fun in it? No, I didn't. My grandmother grew up in Vietnam, so I know a lot about like Vietnamese culture. I know a lot about Vietnamese foods. And she's a coffee drinker. She's an avid coffee drinker, and I used to live with her. It's just me and her. We used to live together. That's the only Vietnamese food I could name. It's an easy one. It's a 3-letter food. And so she would used to make egg coffee every single morning. But I think eventually down the line, this is before I even lived with her, is that she got lazy with egg coffee, because with egg coffee, the recipe of egg coffee requires you to whisk the egg until it becomes a foam, right? Like if you've ever made meringue, right? You take the egg white, you whisk it, right? And it turns into meringue, it turns into that foam. And that's kind of what you do with Vietnamese coffee. Not exactly, but the same concept is there. The concept is there. So this is what I'm getting at. Eventually down the line, she stopped doing that because she's getting old and she's like, I can't whip up coffee anymore. And so she would just put the egg itself into the coffee and have the coffee cook it. So you would get like bits and pieces of egg in the coffee, and she just served me that. She was like, here's your egg coffee. So my entire life, I thought that Vietnamese egg coffee, did she whip it? She didn't even bother whipping it. She just threw the entire egg in there. There was no whipping involved. It was just coffee and egg. That's it. And my entire life, I was like, this is just Vietnamese egg coffee. She makes everything perfectly though, like everything else perfectly. Like she would make homemade pho. She would make what's it called? Like the tomato-based noodle. I'm gonna mispronounce every single Vietnamese dish, so I'm not gonna even bother trying. She makes so much like good Vietnamese food, and she does it perfectly. She does it like the same as the restaurants, but it's like sometimes even better because she would put more ingredients, like either more of the pork blood, or she would put more tofu, or she would put more meats in there, more onions, whatever it is. She would make it better than the restaurants. But with the egg coffee, it was just she just gave up on it. So I never questioned it. I was like, my grandmother's a great cook. She would never fuck up the Vietnamese coffee, but she did. And then I remember talking to a Vietnamese friend for the first time, and he's like, have you tried Vietnamese coffee? And I was like, yeah, I have. And he's like, he gave me Vietnamese coffee that he made, and I was like, wait, hold on, this is completely different from what I had. So I explained it to him, and like this guy just starts bursting out laughing, like, this is not egg coffee. Whatever that you had your entire life. Then I actually Googled it and looked it up, and he was right. I just had egg and coffee. It was not egg coffee. It's different. First egg and grapes, not egg and coffee. Yeah, it is weird. It's weird. But we can't equate this to the egg and grapes because that's not the same shit. My life has been a lie. I'm pretty sure everyone here has experienced something similar where your parents would tell you something and you're like, you've believed it your entire life. And I'm not saying something like Santa Claus, right? It's just like a random fact or a random thing. It doesn't even have to be a fact, but you're like, yeah, because my parents told me that, my parents are always right. That means that whatever this fact is correct. And only later down the line do you go, hold on, everyone else's experience is different. And for me, it was the egg coffee, but it wasn't my parents, it was my grandmother. They lie to me all the time. I'm so sorry, Pizza Man. It's like your dad telling you about the car needing blinker fluid. Has your dad done that to you? My dad did not do that to me. Thank God. Thank goodness. But no. Blinker fluid. I'm about to learn all about cars. I think next year, I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers. We all know that I give myself like I promise myself all these empty things, but like it's part of my goal is to have a car next year, right? I don't right now, which is why I'm a hermit and I can't leave the house. But I do want to drive. I'm you. Hello, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. And so the car I want to get is a Mini Cooper. And I know that for Mini Coopers, you need to have experience in car modding because the car itself, the insides of the car is very different from your regular car. And in order to put the car through repairs, it's going to cost a shit ton of money because most people don't know the inner workings of Mini Cooper. So I'm like, if I were to get a Mini Cooper, I need to know how this car works. I need to get into the insides, know where the engine's placed, know where everything is, like map it out for myself. Thank you for the 500 bits, bread. Yippee! Map it out for myself, create a blueprint, write everything down so that anytime my car runs into issues, into a problem, I can just refer back to my own personal manual and be like, this is how I fix it. That's for the cat. How do you know I got a cat? Thank you. That's for the car. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the car money. I do have cats though, and I'm like, for Senbei, for Luffy, they will appreciate the 500 bits. I'll use it for the food. They're not here right now though. They're somewhere off in the closet sleeping probably. New car doesn't give much problems. I'm really hoping. But it's just that everyone I've talked to who said that they knew people with Mini Coopers, people's Mini Coopers always run into problems. And that's what I'm scared about. That's what I'm scared about. But the reason why I want a Mini Cooper is because it looks really freaking nice. I just like the look of it. Yeah, Luffy and Senbei. My two cats. One day, my two cats will have their own rooms. Because we share the same room together. All of their cat litter is literally right behind me. Their litter box is behind me. Their food bowls are right next to my PC. Their cat tree is on the other side of me. Like, this is a very cluttered room full of my stuff and my cat's stuff. But I am really hoping that once I move, they get their own little cat room for themselves, so that I'm not always just smelling cat piss every 5 minutes. It's really good for short people. Well, shit, because I'm not short. I should get another car. I'm kidding. I'm still gonna get the Mini Cooper. Is it cause the doors are low? Ads are starting. Can you show us the cat? Well, it looks like after this ad's cliffhanger, I can show you guys the cats. So BRB, 3 minutes. I'm gonna pee again. Pee break. Cat after ads. There we go. Cat after ads. All right. See you guys in 3. Goodbye. Have you guys ever gotten the urge to eat cat snacks? Cat food. If you think about it, it's really just freeze-dried meats, no? Let me see if I can find some cat photos. Some senbeis and some luffys. A senbei and a luffy. Oh, here they are. Oh my god, he's so cute. You guys will see exactly what I'm talking about later. Just 2 potatoes. They're just 2 potatoes on some blankets. It's like cat food is literally just meat. That's it. So it's like, is it gonna taste any different from like your regular jerky? Probably not. But do we want to find out? I don't know. Does someone here want to find out for me? Anybody here to... There he is. I want to find... Ooh, there's a really big photo. Ooh, look at that. All that HD grass. It's not HD. It's very blurry. The complete opposite of whatever HD is. I need to make this image smaller. Because we're looking at cats and we're not looking at grass. I don't make this small. This is a massive photo. My phone takes really, really good photos. You see all this contrast in the grass. You see all the dark bits. And the leaves, you can see the leaves too. Amazing. No matter how small I make this photo, it's still like way too freaking big. Thank you for the follow? No, I didn't get a follow. I'm just, my brain's going crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me just there we go. Put on my earbuds. Samsung camera is good. Oh, there he is. So we finally got to him. That took a while. Are we muted? We're not muted. You lied to me, Kay. There he is. No, it's grass. He's closing his eyes a little bit just because the sun's in his eyes and he's not used to the outside world. I don't bring him outside, but sometimes I like for him to experience nature just a bit because it's probably not that healthy for them to be inside all the time, so I supervise them when we go out into the yard. He's chonky, right? He looks chonky, but I promise you, he's all fur. Like, I brought him to the vet before, and she goes, oh my god, he's so round, and she's like, is it fur or is it not fur? And then she picks him up, she's like, oh yeah, he's all fur. He's not a chonky boy. He looks like a chonky boy, but it's all fur. This guy is 13 pounds, right? He looks the same size as my other cat, but he's really just a big ball of fur. He also sheds a lot. And then here is my other cat. The other cat's, rather than chonky, you have to see his entire body. But this guy is a beast. Every time people look at him, they go, yeah, that's a monster, that's not a cat. Like, he's really big. He's really freaking big. And people would be like, he's bigger than a lot of dogs. I know. So rather than chonky, it's more like he's just massive. He's got big bones. I used to make him do a lot of exercise until he starts panting like crazy. So he's very muscular. He's a big boy. He crushes my ribs every time he gets on top of me in bed. Hello, Ovepill. Welcome in. Okay, this guy's like 20 pounds. This guy is really big. Yeah, he's like a lion almost. Do we have like a full body picture of him? Let me find it. Let me see if I can... maybe this is better. Maybe this image will show. I may be over exaggerating a little bit when I say that he's really big. He is really big. But here he is. This is him acting like an old man. He's not old, by the way. He's like 3 years old. I got him when he was a kitten, just a tiny guy. He was a little silly dude, just very, very tiny, very, very small. And then he grew so fast. Yeah, he's very silly. Sometimes he likes to sit like this on a couch. And I'm like, he's just missing a beer bottle or a beer can. And then he's got the entire look to him. So he's the opposite of cute. He's like mean looking, but his personality is cute. Like this guy loves cuddles. That's why he always steps on me in bed, because he wants to cuddle with me in bed. Luffy doesn't like cuddling. Luffy's the opposite. Luffy likes pets, but he hates cuddles. This guy is only about the cuddles. Yeah, I'm only like 4,998 years older than him, exactly. So they're babies. He looks like a giant stuffed toy. I think the other guy looks a little bit more like a stuffed toy. Is there another photo I have? Let's see, where is he? He looks so stupid. Oh, here's his toe beans. I'm just gonna show you guys Senbei's toe beans. Because you guys deserve it. Have the toe beans. That's him in bed. Oh. Maybe I can show you guys this photo. I can probably show you guys this photo. This is the reason why Luffy's name is Luffy. Okay, by the way. This is my desk. This is my desk when I used to have 2 monitors. It doesn't fit anymore. I had to remove it. But this is like a temporary space that I'm able to live in currently. So it's not my real room. It's the room that I'm currently using, which is why I'm moving next year. But this is Luffy. He likes to climb everything like a freaking monkey. And so this is why he jumps everywhere. Like he jumps on top of my chair. I have an IKEA chair. He's got like a pole here. The room layout's kind of changed. I ended up putting a lot of Pikachus in boxes. So now there's like more books on the shelves. Because the Pikachus aren't mine. The Pikachus they belong to my housemate. And so they were like, well, I'm gonna make some room for you because I'm currently using their office space. Right? So now the shelves are like half books. Mostly books now. My books. Can you see I'm struggling? You can see that I have like so many mugs on my desk too. Here's Doctor plushie. I've got like, I don't even have space for the Final Fantasy plushie up there. Thank you for the 9-month sub. Wow. Thank you for the 9 months of support. Wow. I've got a MIDI keyboard somewhere down here that I haven't been using. I've been trying to study up more on music and music production, but it's getting really difficult because I'm bottlenecked with time. Oh, this is a show and tell now. This is just show and tell. Right here, on the very right, these are my Unicorno collections. My little blind boxes that I've been collecting for like 10 years. Right? So yeah, this is my space. This is currently where I kind of am, but not really. I'm in this room. I'm in this living room, as you guys can see. Evoy! Yeah! Evoy! Where's the soju bottle? Not there. This is an image from a while ago. This is from a while ago, like a long time ago. So my current situation is a little bit different. I'm in a living room. Morning, Red Sun. Hello. Welcome in. So that's my quick show and tell. How do you guys rate it? That's my show and tell. What's my presentation like? You know, putting out ideas. You know when you go to you attend class and they're like, here's a rubric on your presentation. 10 out of 10? Just because the cat was there? 6'7". Heck yeah. This photo has been on Twitter, I think, so like it's not a secret. I put it out there. Good thing I never use Twitter anymore. I thought about deleting Twitter, but I'm like, how do I talk to everyone else? Like, what if people want to contact me? So I just kept it up. Meowvelous. Oh, I love that word. My new favorite word, meowvelous. I have to eat now. It's 3 a.m. Oh my god. Goodbye, Tuxedo Sam. Yes, please. Yes, please. If it is like past your bedtime, please go to sleep right now. Staring at you. Go to sleep. I need to get lunch soon anyway. Wish there was a better place to post art. I mean, technically Blue Sky is my place to post art now, but I don't post art anymore because I'm kind of stuck on my creative mind is going, you can make better works than this. You can spend more time on making art to make it look better, to make it have more meaning, instead of just drawing yourself. And I'm like, okay, it's time to say, yeah, post the donut plate. You want the donut plate? Yeah, okay. No, the donut plate is on Blue Sky. That's right. The donut plate is on Blue Sky. I've been learning Blender to make it easier for myself to draw backgrounds. Yeah, art is just a massive learning journey. If any of you guys are also learning art, you guys are free to just like join any of my art streams and be like, hey Ark, I need help. Even though it looks like I'm in the middle of something, like I'm really happy to just give out advice. Of course, advice is just advice. It doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what I tell you to do, right? But like if you want my own personal experience and my own wisdom and my own struggles with getting to a certain place, I'm really happy to just be like, this is how I approach these situations, this is how I approach this art or this composition, these colors and whatever. I just draw a lot of fan art, but I try to learn something new each piece. That's actually exactly how you're supposed to learn art. I do that with my commissions as well. Every time people are like, here Art, I want you to draw my thingy, I go, okay, but I'm gonna be learning from this. Like, I try to make each one of my commissions better than the last, if possible. And so I have to start raising prices, because I'm like, well, I spend more time now on commissions than I did previously. But that's just how it is. Fan art's always the #1 motivator for drawing. I learned art because I wanted to draw BL. I need to make my yaoi a reality, guys. So I started learning how to draw art. So I draw art. I started learning how to draw people. Just for the BL, for the boys' love, for the yaoi. Don't do what Ark says unless she hypnotizes you to make more cursed food. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the process. If you want to learn art, you gotta learn about my cursed food as well. Used to do 3D, but shading textures walled me so hard. I've been learning 2D since then. Is it hard? Shading textures. I haven't even gotten that far yet, just because I've been taking textures from other people, and I'm like, let me just slap it on. And I put Blender back up again with you. Yes! We all go on a learning journey together. This is what I mean by I want to have more of a community, like, tightness with everyone here, so that we can experience things together. That's why I've been on creative journeys, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure everybody's on a learning journey as well, whether it is Blender, whether it is art. So if I'm learning, I want to motivate other people to learn with me. And so in the beginning, when I said milestones or goals for 2026, and I said community events, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Not like actual community events, but community bonding, almost. I learned art because I need them for storyboard or concept art for my jobs. Also for making ads. That's actually a good idea as well. Learning Blender for ads, for graphic design, for storyboarding concepts. And it's kind of, I guess it's similar to why I'm learning Blender, because I want to start making more backgrounds for my illustration pieces. Make it easier for me to create backgrounds, because drawing each individual furniture is a headache and a half. And in a way, I kind of want to tap into storyboarding as well. Not the same way that you're approaching storyboarding with like advertisements, but like fictional storytelling. Because I know advertising work also has storyboarding, but that's a different type of storyboarding. Shading process for 3D wasn't hard, but the art theory was beyond me then. Everything's gonna be, I feel like everything is gonna be difficult. You know, what was that curve called again? Some of you guys have mentioned it earlier, not during the stream, but you know that curve where you start at the bottom and then it goes up and then it goes back down? God, there's a name for it. It's not the learning curve, it's like the naivety confident curve. I can't find it. The Dunning-Kruger effect, there it is. The Dunning-Kruger effect. It's like that. Here it is. Let me just put it up here, so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I wish it was as easy as a bell curve. Here it is. Here's the curve. Here's the Dunning-Kruger effect. So you first know nothing, and then you reach up here, your confidence skyrockets because you're like, I'm learning so fast, I'm doing so well. But it's actually the peak of Mount Stupid, right? Where you're like, I think I'm doing well, but like other professionals in the field is like, you don't know nothing. You think you know everything, but you know nothing. And then you start realizing that you actually do know nothing. So then you fall into the valley of despair. And then you're like, this is where a lot of people give up. Right? Because they're like, oh, I thought I knew everything, but now I don't know everything. And now this is a lot harder than I imagined it to be. It's the Nike symbol, yeah. But then the rest of it's just going to be smooth sailing. It's like I learn a little bit, I learn a little bit, I learn a little bit more, and then you get to the slope of enlightenment, and then you get to the plateau of sustainability. So as long as you keep pushing on from the valley of despair all the way up here, then you're going to be a guru. You're going to be whatever this is right here, guru. So this is where a lot of people fall off, I think. And I'm hoping I never get that same confidence. That confidence that people get here, the peak of Mount Stupid. I'm always gonna try to make myself think that there's a lot more to learn than I'm learning right now. The pattern repeats itself even on the same subject. So are you saying it actually looks like this? It goes up to like peak of Mount Stupid and then Valley of Despair, and the peak of Mount Stupid again, and then Valley of Despair. So it's just a ongoing curve, an ongoing pattern over and over again. Until maybe eventually you do get to the plateau of sustainability somewhere. Yes? So I guess after the plateau of sustainability, you just fall down to the valley of despair. It's good to know. Guys, we can always keep learning. We can never stop learning. We always keep going. Further and further and beyond. And even then, you think you're at the very end, you're not at the very end. There's still more to learn. There's always more to learn. I learned that was exactly what coding was, the coding language, because every year they introduce more and more things about a certain code, or they add more to it, like HTML, for example, HTML5, where it keeps evolving. You're never going to stop. Your model's eyes are peeking over the graph. Were they? Oop. This is just me. I need to put my hands over here, so it looks like I'm holding on to it. Anyways, it is lunchtime now. We are slowly approaching 12 p.m. noon, and I have something to do afterwards. So today's stream is not going to be that long. Today's stream is only going to be a 3-hour stream. which is strange compared to the previous streams I've been doing for the past week and a half, where we had 6 hours, except for yesterday. But maybe we'll bring back the longer streams sometime next week. We'll see. See how it goes. I like my 3-hour streams, actually. I kind of like the 3-hour timing. It's a pretty good time. The 6-hour streams are more of an experiment, actually. So I'm going to ask you guys what you guys think about it, because the reason why we are having long streams is I know that a lot of people can't make it for my morning streams. So new poll. How long stream time? No, we need proper English. How long should stream be? There we go. So got 3 and got 6. So 3 hours or 6 hours? Because what I've realized too is that a lot of people fall off after the 3-hour mark when they move on to another category of stream. So I might as well just stick to one category for the entire stream instead of having a whole 6 hours. Are the longest streams catching up to you? Not really, because I'm just gonna be drawing later on anyway. So it doesn't really change much for me. Except for the fact that I have to talk more. Which, it's not that big of a difference, because I'm talking in my head. A 13-year-old kid who destroyed me at Mario Kart Tourney still haunts me. What happened? No, kids are so good at gaming, like I'm not even kidding. Their reaction speed is insane. So like I never want to compete against a kid because I don't have that same reaction speed anymore. I'm just grandma. I'm just a grandma. I can't play League of Legends anymore. I can't Flash for the life of me. I'm deer in headlights in real life and in game. 3 is perfect for me because I get stuff done and I'm still able to pop in and chat. Like for me, when I'm a stream watcher, anytime I'm a stream watcher, I can't watch a whole 6-hour stream. But that's just me. I start getting sleepy after 5 hours. Okay, let's see what the poll is like right now. I did say 10-minute poll, but I don't think we need 10 minutes to come up with the decision. View results. 3, 9. Okay, 9 people said 3 and 3 people said 6. And I'm guessing it's 6 might work for some people here just because you can't make it to early streams, but maybe it'll be fine. I'll see you guys at end of stream. 3x3, is that a phase or is that times 3? Let's go back here. I need to do a YouTube poll too. YouTube guys, you can just write in chat 3 or 6 unless you don't want to do the poll. Because I don't have YouTube up. I don't have YouTube up. Oh, it's a face. It's an X3. Like XD, but X3. Okay, 3 it is probably. We'll do 3 hours in the morning. 3 for you, Kuroneko. Alright. 3 confirmed. Alright, no take backs. No take backs. Next time I do a 3-hour stream, can't nobody say anything. Okay. Well, it is time for me to go then. Got stuff to do. And I will see you guys next time. Rest well. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Eat good food, right? Don't just eat snack food all the time. Snack foods, junk food all the time. Don't just eat chips, okay? Tomorrow might be a VN stream. We're gonna be streaming Fairy Bell. No. I grab you by the neck. Defenestration! And I throw you out the window. Well, that's too bad, because you gotta listen to what the streamer says. I'm kidding, you don't. Nope, you don't. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. As we go through the ending, I'm just gonna see who is rating. Or so, who are we rating? Who is streaming? Memi is streaming. Emma Musume. Let's go raid into an Uma stream. Memi is saying Uma account takeover. Is she? Excuse me? Is that legal? Anyways, say hi to Mume. Be nice to her. And goodbye. Do we have a raid message? Here we go. Okay. That's our raid message. We're not raiding on YouTube because I don't know how to do that. But we are raiding on Twitch.